article turning social capital into economic capital. It's the straight talk about word of mouth marketing. Wharton Business School reports the difference in customer retention amounted to a disparity in long-term customer value of 16.
What does that mean? The difference in customer retention amounted to a disparity.
I don't know what disparity mean. Amounted to probably a change and an increase in long-term customer value. Yeah, to an increase in long-term customer value of 16%, or from 16% to 25%. That's only a sizable chunk of money. Vanderloot says it also amounts to a 60% ROI over 6 years on the 25 euro that a bank paid for a referral. Okay,
Do we want to leave euro in there?
no. I don't even know if we want to put the dollar. It also amounts to a 60% ROI over 6 years, period.
Hmm.
And then, okay, then in the article, Wardemar Barkin Bar Warden Bar Business School reports this thing with Van de Bolt says, we'll just make it one quote. It also amounts.
No, commas, not period.
It also amounts to a 60% ROI over 6 years. Okay. So in today's skeptical times, you can't afford not to have established partners referring clients to you. For furthermore, Forbes says they love referrals because there are two types of referrals, and both of them have significant advantages. First, you get a referral from a customer to one of your contacts in the same field. Boom. Okay. I think that's good. So just make it one giant quote. Okay. Does that work for that one? Right before chapter 5, the Forbes quote?
I don't like furthermore. Forbes magazine, right?
Yeah. Forbes magazine. Yeah, this is gonna be a total game changer.
Your new prospect is highly qualified. First, you can get a referral from a customer to one of their contacts in the same field. Why is take that photo? Oops.
That means that your new prospect is highly qualified. In the same industry, they probably have the same problems, and there's a good chance that your product or service will be a good fit for them. Why is that a bad thing? Wait, it's a magazine article.
Are you doing a quote?
Yeah,
Oh,
this whole thing's a quote.
oh.
We can tweak the quote within there, I guess. But
Where does the quote end?
at the end of this paragraph, right before chapter 5.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a double.
Oh, no, no. It ends right before the sentence, before the getting them is important. then I said, unfortunately, most don't know the right way to go about converting referral leads into client. That moves us into chapter 5. Let me see at the quote at the end. So the book cover, Canva design, so I can make it open. Get book phone pages, book proofread. It's going to give you access to the book course, but I don't think you need it at this moment. Okay, I have to add the document to our. Hmm.
What does the 6FP stand for?
Six-figure partnerships.
So you have, um, we need to, do you want, write them down here. Do I need to take partnerships out or do we want to spell out 6FP here?
Oh, that's good. Six.
Be consistent. We say six-figure partnership methods, but we say 6FP everywhere else. So let's be consistent.
Creating six-figure. Well, I mean, the name of the book is Six-Figure Partnerships.
Right. So I'm just saying, we should be, do you want to spell out?
Because I was gonna do 6FP method is the phrase, but then if it's like partnerships, then we don't have to like.
Right, so
And then
that's why,
we spell it the F probably too. Six-figure partnerships then.
okay, so do you want to spell it out here?
Yeah, probably. Mhm. Those are Concords. Hmm. I'm still potentially thinking that Ian should start adding videos to my historic channel. Because, like, for example, I haven't posted to my main like YouTube channel in a while, but Angelica is still posting those videos and she's getting some pretty good stuff.
Hmm.
And she did a Ask Me Anything video, where she was asking questions about her accounting or answering questions about her accounting firm.
You know, those people didn't respond until like 5:30 last night. Oh, I just got the message and I'll try to send you a link. They didn't send anything else until even through 10 o'clock last night.
Okay. Did I send anything today?
I haven't checked this morning. I just thought about it. I was like, okay, so you tell me if I sent the response back to them like 10 minutes after we got off the phone. You tell me, and I told them I was going to send them an email.
Okay.
She didn't get to it till like 5:30. Obviously, it's not that big of a deal with them. They were like, when can you get back with us?
Well, that's what they say on the phone. So I don't, can I ask you a question?
I just think it's annoying, that's all.
Yeah, but can I ask you a question? Like, it seems like Groundhog Day. Have you not learned anything in the past year since we've been working together? When someone's on the phone, you have to squeeze as much out of them as possible, because once they get off the phone and life touches them, everything changes.
But there's nothing I can do. I mean, I send them, I sent them what, three?
But that's what I'm saying. So for now, and just
I couldn't do anything else on the phone with them, Bryce.
no, but you have to you sent the wrong email address.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So it's like everything has to be like
yeah. I didn't think of it. I really didn't. It was so automatic to give them the personal email.
uh yeah. So I think that's that's just a part of this whole
Yeah,
game.
it didn't click with me when I was saying it. I was like, yeah, like I
Yeah,
said,
I think we need to give you an SOP for how to
no,
do those
no,
meetings.
it's not about that. It's just that all I didn't think about the connection with
Yeah,
QuickBooks. I didn't think about the email connection of QuickBooks. I was
yeah,
so that has nothing to do with the SOP. That just has to do with I'm just out of practice, right? Knowing how things connect together.
yeah. So it happens. Closure, Sutter. All reviews. Oh man.
The reason why I didn't push me doing anything further was that I wanted to I didn't quite help them. I mean, it looked like there's some stuff that's really screwed up,
Hmm.
and it might be a matter of having to go in and having to. Can you take control of somebody's computer
Yeah,
on a Zoom?
yeah. It's
Yeah, admin rights to do that.
me. No. So you just gotta get you in practice with using Zoom, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't know that you could take control of somebody else's computer on a Zoom.
Yeah. We'll talk about that there. That's Carl Cash. We talked to Carl Cash. Carl Cash. Good.
But, yeah.
Cheetah Boy. I feel like I've never seen this people. So
I'll put in front of you the book. So,
hold on. Yeah,
by
see
the
my
end
name.
of it.
Hi. Carl Cash. So I'm trying to find this guy. So it's been a very interesting week this week, because like the people are like like people who booked a call in the past are kind of coming out of the woodworks. I don't know if they're trying to like just make that push before the beginning of the year or what exactly it is.
Is that people finally have time. They're off their regular jobs.
Mm.
Well, unlike you come home from their regular job and they're like too tired to go to do anything for themselves. So that's why they're so active. That's probably why you make so many sales on holidays. I was thinking people would just want to rest, but people, they want out, they just don't have the time.
So now you see why it's like we have to even like make the coaching program more automated.
I don't know what that means.
So like they don't have to do anything. If they don't have time throughout the week, it means it's like I think they think a lot of times like they won't be able to start the business. So like we have to take a little more off of their shoulders in order to make sure they can
The regular program, that,
I think well yeah, I mean like having the group having the group thing. The group, what is that called? Having the group PPL, where it's just sending out the emails on behalf of all the students, and then like we can just send it to each student or whatever,
mm-hmm.
like giving them some kind of lead list like that. And then eventually I want to have like a cold call that can call the leads for them.
Mm.
Lost. If I take this call with my close, will you be able to focus on your book or no?
Yeah, all right.
Okay. I'll just take
Didn't I
it.
tell you by the end of the day I'll get it done?
I'm saying if I do this call, will this distract you?
Oh, you've taken it here.
It's not a sales call, it's just no just talking to my guy, Joey.
You're asking whether you should move or not?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm asking. Like, is it okay we both are in the same spot?
Yeah, I don't care.
Like, cool.
If it bothers me, I'll move.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Lost touch. Oh,
Is he gonna see your face? You wanna go clean your face?
no.
Clean your face, boy.
It doesn't matter.
Because, right?
Hey, Joey.
Hey Bryce, how's it going?
Good man. Yeah. So you're out of town this week. I guess where are you on like a vacation or where are you looking?
Yeah,
Or is that
I'm
more the
visiting my
company you're talking about?
visiting family. Yeah, my parents are in Florida, so I'm here near the Fort Myers area.
Nice man. Where do you usually live?
I'm in Boston, Massachusetts.
In Boston, okay. In Florida. Cool. Yeah. We're thinking about getting a place out in Florida, just don't know where. Okay, cool. So I
Nice.
think last time we spoke, I gave you a couple videos to watch. Have you been able to, do you have any questions, I guess, about the sales process in the call?
Excuse me. Not really. And I watched a few of them. It seemed they were honestly, the calls seemed really nice. It didn't they didn't seem super hard either. Like it seemed like you had qualified prospects who were looking for this type of service and were like
Mm,
serious buyers. So it didn't seem like there was, it wasn't too hard of a sell from what I watched.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just kind of the more I watch, the more I'll do it, the more questions I have. I don't know if I have any specific ones right now, really.
Okay. So yeah, I mean that's kind of how a lot of these calls go. Like right now, our leads are getting a lot better. So I mean, like it's more rare that the lead is just kind of like a weird uninformed person.
Hmm.
But I guess it's just being able to kind of like I would assume that, like going into the calls, I would assume they like know nothing about us or that, and then just kind of treating it like that. So like really focused on getting that cost of inaction.
Hmm.
Yeah, focus on that cost of inaction point a lot. And then being really firm with getting the answers that you need, or like circling back around the question slightly differently to get the answer you
Hmm.
need.
Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Next thing. So as far as logistics, I mean, how ready do you feel about like getting on the phone with some of these people?
I think I would probably want to watch a few more practice calls, and I think I'd do one with, excuse me, it's a little bit cough with Katie, my trainer,
Mm,
and kind of do some mock calls with him on this specific product, and how you kind of run the calls. Just
mhm.
obviously because he's done millions of sales calls, and I know he hasn't sold your offer, but he'd still be able to kind of um, walk me through the
But
process and train me on that stuff. So I think I'll
yeah,
do some mock calls with him just because I don't want to get in the phones before I really don't know what I'm
yeah.
doing, and then you lose business. So um
Well,
yeah, I guess
yeah,
once we do that.
cool. And then one thing we can do too, so I mean we can self-gen 1 to 3, and that's just for now. Like we're almost finished with our newest lead gen method, which is a book. So we should have like more lead flow coming in there. I think some things have kind of changed since the last time we've spoken as far as like my kind of outlook on the business of like being able to go and get more calls. So I think in addition to us like feeding you like 1 to 3, I think that we could probably feed you calls throughout the day, like based on your calendar. Like you said, there
Mhm.
might be some spots a little bit open, but then I think you said also like you wouldn't be able to do a lot of like setting calls on your own unless it's like in the evening. I mean, do you have a problem maybe doing like maybe getting like we'll give you like an auto dialer or something. You just dial probably like 30 people, see if you can book additional two to
Yeah,
three
I
calls.
guess I mean it depends. Like if I was just doing setting, for example, I think I could do that and kind of work leads at my
Mm,
own time. If it was setting to create my own appointments or my own demos, and I was just taking those leads, that might work because it's just kind of like
mm.
setting up calls when my schedule allows it. But if it's like you want me to take a couple of inbound calls that come in and then also do some prospecting, I think that'd be pretty tough to manage both of those things.
Yeah, let me ask you this question. I think based on calendar management, tell me more about that. So if you're getting the calls inbound to you
Mhm.
during the middle of the day, then in the evenings, is it more of like an energy kind of thing? Like you won't have a lot of energy after your day, or tell me more
Yeah,
about.
I guess it's so if it's you said most of the calls they book between like 4 to 7 p.m. or so, right? You were saying?
Oh, that's you said you would be able to do stuff in the evening, so I was saying like we could book calls for you between 4 to 7.
Yeah, that would probably be the best time to book a call. I mean, if I can block off time um like if we have that, like let's today's Wednesday and tomorrow Thursday, and you think calls are going to book, calls often book between 10 and 2 p.m. I could block off 2 3 hours to set aside and then get a
Hmm.
call or two booked then. But if I don't book those ahead of time, I'd kind of have to just probably plan it for the evening time, unless I'm setting up myself prospecting and setting it up at a time that I know works for me.
Yeah, because ideally, what I'm thinking it would look like for, let me see if I can pull up like a mock calendar just to, ideally, let's say, for example, you have your week, right? So let's say like 10 a.m. or you said like a 12 to 2, right? Let's say that we book you a call. So let's say like booked call like we'll say like, do you work from home or do you have to go
I
into
work
that
from home.
office?
Yeah, I work from home.
But so we'll call these like inbound book calls as your schedule allows. Probably 10 hours notice. I'm gonna like just repeat this just a visual. right? Monday through Friday. Let me ask you this question. I guess like how much, I mean, based on your personality, are you a person that like needs like that time to kind of recharge? Or I mean, like on the weekends or something, or like are you more of like I'm just
Yeah, I
trying to
mean, I
make as much money?
definitely you gotta. I think you got to balance it. Like, I need some time to just relax, take a break. I can't be on call like from 9 to 6 p.m. I can't be on calls the entire day. You're not gonna give your 100% on it. So, I think that's why I'm trying to manage the times during the day, like the 9 to 5 hours, not trying to take too many calls, at least not at first, so I can kind of get a feel
Mm,
of the balance between my other sales gig and this, especially because I'm new there too. So I'm still feeling out my schedule and kind of what the process is going to look like. And then as I have more calls with you and kind of get a better feeling of my schedule, then maybe I can kind of find certain times of the days or weeks where those calls work and add more in. So that's what I'm thinking,
mhm.
just a few hours for now. And then later in the day, maybe more of those calls would be. So I guess, yeah, that's what I would just want to make sure that we're both okay with, that you don't want like 20 hours a week for me to be on calls and stuff now. It's just going to be um, part-time for now and maybe add
What's
more overtime.
5 times? Yeah, 20 hours a week. That's 4 hours a day worth of stuff. Okay, so you're looking. So I guess based on your income goals, I guess I mean you could probably accomplish that. It just really depends. Like what we found is that it can be easier for you to what we could do as well. We could do 2 and 3. So that what that just basically means is like we try and book a certain number of calls on your calendar, but it's like we book the sales calls like on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of cadence. And then
Mhm.
you would take this on the days we're booking the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, those are more like 15-minute calls. So you can qualify who you want to spend time with on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Mhm. So
And
those are
also on
kind
those
of,
Monday, huh?
so we kind of have a first qualifying call for like 15 minutes or so, and then set up that demo, that closing call with a prospect after that.
Yeah, so what the calendar could look like is like Monday, so 5 to 10. mm, Right, we like duplicate that like 2, 3 times.
A 5 to 10 minute call, or is it like a 15, 20 minute call with
It's
them?
it's whatever it takes to like qualify the person, see if they have a
Okay.
problem, we get them on the phone for the next one. I'm not saying they
Okay.
have to be at
And
this
then I kind of
exact
say,
time. Yeah,
yeah. And then, so these are ones that they would still come in via inbound booking on my calendar, or I would,
they'd
um,
be inbound. So I
okay.
think that's what I'm saying. And then you would have like a hour of outbound. And then what that would do is then you could actually go and only speak to qualified people or people you think are qualified on the Tuesday. And you'd be able to like, since you know what your schedule is, you'd be able to book them for sales call wherever you feel like it would fit your schedule.
Hmm. I think doing inbound and outbound may be a bit tough just because inbound, I just would want to book it on a certain calendar, whereas outbound is kind of, I can kind of do it whenever I want. For what does outbound
Mhm.
look like? Is it calling people that you have, they submitted numbers and info? Is it people on Facebook? Like, what does that kind of look like for outbound for
Yeah,
you?
so I mean, generally it would be people that have joined the Facebook group and they opt into like a lead form ad. So we have like their email, we have their phone number. You would just basically dial, say, hey, did you get the welcome gift? They say yes, they say no. They're like, okay, cool, man. Here's a link to it. And then basically from that, it's just like what inspired you to join the group? Oh, I'm trying to get XYZ thing, right? Okay, cool. What's been the hardest part about getting, you're basically doing the first half of the sales call essentially. So it's a good way for you to get practice because
Right.
you're going to be getting that Q&A. And then from there, you just book them in for the sales call. Um, in between then, like you just send them the same thing, which automatically has a bunch of like testimonials and like stuff to prepare for the call and things like that. And then
Mhm.
on the sales, we already talked about the sales call.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, I feel like, ideally, I think at least for now, it would be best to either just do outbound at my own time to set up my own calls, or just get the calls coming in booked at X, Y, and Z times and taking them. Just because I want to get acclimated to the two different schedules in this program. So I think doing too much at first may kind of be a bit much, and then you don't get my best. I guess depending on how many hours of outbound you would kind of want per week, but that's kind of my thought going into this, or any role for part-time, that either it's just going to be inbound calls at times at work, or it's going to be outbound kind of at my own schedule, my own pace. So yeah, I guess what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I'm not really seeing a difference because I mean, it's all based on your own schedule. Like you're telling me on the calendar like what times are available. It's just I guess I'm more thinking about like if you want to get more money, then you can do the outbound whenever you feel like it. I guess that's kind of what I'm saying is like I'm giving you the freedom to be able to go
Yeah,
and make as much money as you want. So if you don't want to do the outbound right away, or if it's more you don't want to have scheduled outbound, which
right.
what I'm hearing kind of it's more you don't want to have scheduled outbound where you have to hit a certain amount of numbers
Right.
because
Yeah. No, I definitely can't commit to that. It's just that would be for now at least, it would be too much. I'm not saying I can't do it in the future, but just, and also because I'm still new at my other B2B sales role, I still want to get, I'm still ramping up with that as long as ramping up with this. And I just don't want to throw too many things, too many different types of outbound
yeah, man.
and
Okay. So yeah, so
orders.
we could just do the 1 to 3 outbound call or inbound calls a day. And then from there we can do is as either you get more acclimated to your other job or as you kind of get a better flow for this, then we can, maybe incrementally increase the number of calls you're taking per day.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, that's probably the best way to do it. Just, I think just starting
Mhm.
off slow now. And then as I understand it better, add more over time. But yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for. For now, it has to start off slow, and then hopefully
Mhm.
over time it start adding more calls and bringing in more business. So
Yeah, man. So I guess so what's next up for you? I guess is there like a certain time or is there a certain amount of preparation or what's next for you in order to start taking on calls? You said you want to go practice with Jaden, I guess timing wise.
yeah, that's a good question. I would like to. I mean, once I do a couple calls with him, then maybe I can get on the phones with you. So I'll tell you what my schedule looks like. So next week I'll be back. Second week of January is a normal week. The third week I'm going to be away with my company on a trip. So I
Mhm.
won't be able to take calls in. So either the week of January 9th, I could start taking a couple of calls, or I could wait till the 23rd, but that's a few weeks away. So, um,
Okay.
yeah, that's kind of what it looks
Fourth
like for
week.
me.
So second week back in office. Third week, third week you said something. Fourth week of the trip, right? Or the third week of the trip?
No, so the second week, the 9th, I'm back working normal week. Third week
Oh,
of it's MLK Day week, I'll be away on a company trip, so can't do any work with you. And then
no.
the week after that, the 23rd, um, it's normal. I'm back in my schedule's normal from the time on from there.
Okay. All right, cool. Okay. Taking calls. All right, sounds good, man. Anything else I can help you out with? Until then?
Oh, I guess when would you want me to start taking call? What would the schedule look like? What would make sense for you to start the week of the 9th and do a couple calls, or just wait until I'm fully back? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think the week of the ninth to maybe take like 2, 3 calls for that week to
Okay,
warm me up would be
just
good.
warm me up, right? And then see how
Uh,
those go, and then after that, get going normally,
and then
essentially.
you can like decompress. And
Right,
then the fourth week, then you can take more calls.
right. Okay. So ideally, um, come the 23rd, I'm taking several calls and good to go from there, essentially.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that could work. I just wanted to see what worked for you. And the other thing too is for the Calendly, how does it work? So will you give me a Calendly and I'll just block off on your calendar when I can take calls essentially?
Generally it's like it's called Schedule Once, right? It connects to your Google Calendar, or if you use like iLook, it connects or Outlook, it connects to that, and then it automatically sees like what times you have meetings scheduled, and even within there, you can say like these certain times are always like a no go. Like I always have
Hmm.
lunch at this time, I have lunch here. So it's pretty flexible in how you want to set it up. Like you can say I only want to
Hmm.
take calls at 2 o'clock or whatever. That's really the next thing as far as the calendar stuff. Um, and then Zoom, that it should automatically generate like a Zoom room for you. So yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Then okay. And then how does it work for like logistics? You just give there's some type of contract you'll give me, I'm assuming, or like the what am I,
Yeah,
W
the
or I-9?
yeah, I generally give you like an agreement through DocuSign. I can send that to you in a minute. And so send DocuSign.
And then you said all the deals, it's pay in full for us, right? Because they go through a third party lender um for
I mean,
what's the
not
word?
all the deals. I mean, like sometimes you might need to take a payment plan because they don't qualify for third party lender.
Okay, if they don't qualify. Okay, so if they pay in full or go through the third party vendor, we get paid in full. If they are paying us over time, we just get paid in cash collected essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Um. Yeah, just trying to like get as much cash as possible from the people.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So then that's injury, the DocuSign. What's it called? Okay. DocuSign schedule once. Probably give you the schedule once by end of this week or like end of next week.
They'll give me
Do
the what was
you
it? I didn't catch you at the
the
beginning.
schedule once, the calendar connection tool?
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Then you have access to that sales call folders. That's all like the closer like stuff that we do inside of my company as far as like doing it. I also have to get you connected to like the payment gateway. It's called Pay Funnels.
Hmm.
So you can make the invoice. Pay Funnels login. Okay. Mhm. Cool. Anything else?
Um, Not really. So do you want, when do you want to meet again, or what do you want to do before you throw me on some calls in 2 weeks or so? I mean, do you want me to
Yeah.
do you
So
just, besides obviously myself looking over things and going over it with Kaden, do you want me to go over anything, or are you fine just throwing me
yeah,
on
I
a
mean
call?
we could probably do like since you're on vacation now, probably like the first week of the year. Um you can probably reach out and say, hey, let's do our second practice call. I prepared with Kaden. We're ready to go, and then we just like do a final run through practice call, and then we kind of move it from there. I'm
Okay.
ready for the number.
Okay. And then my other question is, what, in terms of the information, the stuff about your program that I need to know, where would I kind of, because I'm, obviously there's some answers I need to give them about X, Y, and Z and what it looks like. Where do I kind of learn that stuff? How does that, I
Yeah,
guess,
that's
what are,
another one. I need to give you access to the training portal. Access. Let's see. Onboarding, start your sales call library. All right, so inside the the folder I gave you should have a pretty good amount of content and like stuff to read.
Okay.
So all of our scripts and our frameworks are inside of here, like how we do objection handling, different things like that. We have our sales call outline. Um,
So this is
say,
this kind of the script for the sales calls, essentially.
yeah, basically what's inside of the program.
Okay.
Like I rarely have to say stuff outside of, I mean, these five things. I mean, talking about the coaching program, 2 months of accountability, access community. Oh, this has to be a good thing too. Let me send you this where's Tubbs? Oops. So this is the current thank you page. We're gonna upgrade it probably in a couple of days. This is like the basics. The cool thing about it is like has like the guarantee as well as like an FAQ, so you can just go through there. Please read this full and instance is info guarantees and the FAQ. Yeah, so that should actually give you a lot, right? So it talks about inside the video, like just basics about like what they're expecting to get on the call. You don't have to like go watch all testimonials. I'm not saying that, but like all the written stuff. So you're fully covered income guarantee, testimonials, different things like that, FAQ. 'Cause these are actually some pretty common questions we get on the sales call.
Okay. And then in terms of the technicality of like just signing the contract, paying for stuff, yeah, is there somewhere I can go over that in terms of besides, obviously getting them like a verbal yes, how to get them actually signed up, how to get payment in? Because I
Yeah,
know you
so
said you want them to do that on the actual call.
that's just the pay funnel link is first, and then like historically, I send them like a DocuSign after that. So historically, what you'd send them is more of like a pay funnels link. Basically, looks like invoices. Basically, there's a lot of them are pre-written, and you can like clone previous ones. But basically, it looks like this, which like it asks for like their name, their information. Then on the next page, asks for like their payment details. We'll say like tester to Gmail. Well, now it says you can do like Google Pay or their credit card. Right now, they're putting their credit card
Hmm.
information. That's it.
Okay.
And from there, you would like look through the back door to see if they actually paid or if like got an email just saying that they paid. And then from there, that's basically it. Then you would schedule like an onboarding call with them. And that's it.
Okay. Okay. So it's a pretty easy thing. Makes sense.
Yeah, cool. Line process. Okay. All right, cool, man. Anything else?
Um, no, not really. Makes sense. So I'll go over some things, start looking over calls, information, and then we can connect again soon, either do like a practice one or see what we want to do and go from there.
Yeah, probably within the first week of the new year, so we
Okay.
can get ready to send some people to you by January 9th.
Okay. Yeah, that works for me.
Cool, man. Okay, awesome. But I will talk to you soon, okay?
All right. Well, it's good speaking with you, Bryce, and look forward to chat again soon and getting going with this.
Thanks, Joey. Enjoy the rest of your vacation, and I'll talk to you probably next week.
Okay. Sounds good.
I see.
I'll see you.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
All right.